Hey everybody, I'm the Frosty4, and I decided to do something a little different today. Today I'm going to show you my equipment and my little workspace. It's a little messy, but you can just deal with it. And I'm also going to talk about my gaming schedule, and I need a little help for that. I don't know how much you guys care about my equipment, but I do, and I wanted to share it with you. Plus, if somebody asks about it down the line, I can just show them this video. So, my setup is in my kitchen at the dining room table. We set it up this way because we intended for it to be a family computer, and also because our apartment is really small, and we just didn't have a lot of places to put it. So we got this 32-inch TV, and we mounted it on the wall. The speakers for it are horrible, so if I'm not using headphones, then I can't even use it for editing. It's a Sharp LCD TV, 32 inches. The light, I just got it. It's an ePhoto Continuous Macro Ring Light, 5400K. I'm assuming that's kilowatts, U40C. I love this light to death. It is bright as the sun, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get used to it, but I actually don't mind it now. I was in the market for a camcorder for a while, and I couldn't find one that had what I needed. But then I saw one that was recommended by Jacksepticeye, who I'm a huge fan of, and he has the European version of this. I can't remember what the model he has is, but the American one is the Canon Vixia HF R600. It does everything I want it to. It doesn't have any Wi-Fi capabilities like the other ones in its series, but I don't really need that. I record in ADVC formatting at 60 frames per second. The card in it is a Transcend 128GB SDXC Class 10 memory card, and it records at 90 megabytes per second. That's really fucking fast. I keep duct tape on my microphone because there's a blue light that flashes on it and it drives me crazy. My microphone is a CAD U37 USB studio condenser microphone. It comes with its own tripod and I really like it, except that it gets kind of wiggly sometimes and I have to catch it so it doesn't fall over. The pop filter is a newer studio pop filter. It's pretty cool too, except the gooseneck, it doesn't really stay in place very well, but once you get it right, it's perfectly fine. My backdrop is a Studio Pro 5' by 7' black and white double-sided pop-out muslin. I wanted to get a chroma key at first, but then I thought that I really just wanted to have a black backdrop. And I can always, buy a chroma key down the line if I decide to change it up. I edit with Sony Movie Studio 13 Platinum, also known as Sony Vegas. I did actually use Windows Movie Maker when I was making Gone Home, but then my husband gave me a gift card for Amazon and I went ahead and got Sony Vegas. Now you can judge me on the computer, but I love it to bits. I didn't build it myself, I bought it pre-built. It's an Asus in the G28J series. It's an Intel i7 with 16GB of RAM. It does everything I want it to. Of course I recorded with OBS. I'd honestly recommend any of my equipment except for my wireless keyboard and mouse. They're both loud as fuck, and the battery cover on the mouse, here I'll show you, it doesn't always go on right, and sometimes it sticks out right here, and my thumb rubs against it, and it kind of gnaws a hole in my thumb, and that drives me fucking nuts. Okay, so that's all my equipment. One thing I wanted to talk about is how I got so excited with having all these new games that I started just starting a whole bunch of new games and not finishing them. I have a lot that I did finish, but I have a lot that are stuck in limbo. And yes, I realize it, and it does kind of drive me crazy, but I have a plan to fix it. First, I'm going to play all the rest of Back to the Future and The Walking Dead Michonne. I have 2 more episodes to play in those games, and then I'm going to start trying to wrap up the games that are in limbo. These games need to be wrapped up, and I'd like your opinion on which ones to wrap up first. Layers of Fear is out in the full version now, so I could do that again if you like. There's Murdered Soul Suspect, which was kind of hard to play with the keyboard, but I got an Xbox controller for the computer, so I might be able to do that. And don't forget Octodad, which is really funny and had a lot of potential, but it was really hard to play with the mouse and keyboard. Dream is also in limbo, but I had a lot of problems with that game. I couldn't figure out what my objective was, and when I tried to look online for help, the help was all for versions that were way different than mine and had features that I didn't have. And then there's Downfall, the remake about the man and his wife that go to the hotel to try to fix their marriage. Never Alone is a pretty good game, but I got frustrated because I accidentally recorded without recording the game screen. But I could come back to it. Surgeon Simulator gets a little repetitive because you have to replay everything in the ambulance before you can go into outer space, and then, before you can do the aliens. Undertale is a lot of fun, but since I didn't buy anything at the Spider Bake Sale, I got stuck with the Spider Boss, and I still haven't been able to beat her. Also, Minecraft Story Mode is going to be starting a new story in episode 5, but that's not out yet, so I can't play it. So think about those games, because I want to wrap those up before I start playing new games. So tell me which ones you want me to start playing first. Anyway, that's all I gotta say today, so drop me a note in the comments, let me know what you thought of this. If you thought it was awesome, please hit like and subscribe for more videos from me. And I'll chill with you next time, but until then, stay frosty. Oh shit! I have to actually know this. They're gonna make me look this up, aren't they? David Cobra. You could have just Googled it. I thought about it, but I didn't want to cheat. It's a fucking Cobra, bro. Cobra. Oh yeah, a Cobra. I really wish they kept the old covers instead of these